Selfie Stick Adventures, Canada. Oh, I got my man Aaron. There he is. Look. Would you have a look at that view, would you? This will do.
What's up?
What's up?
You're in Vancouver.
Yes, Vancouver. Check out the view. Check
Beautiful.
out the view. Check out the view right there. You can see that's not Aaron, that's Matt right there. And see, here is Vancouver right there. Check that out. Yeah.
Hey,
Stefan.
how's it going? Yeah. I just love all the light.
Well, first of all, my place is good, but I need a place where I can do filming.
Yeah.
I can also need a place where it's bigger, and also my team works from here. The Victoria Harbour that we have in Hong Kong, it has that feeling too.
Yeah.
As I live here, so have a seat.
Right.
So we're going to talk about the 7 best ways to make money online. There's so many ways to make money online. I'm sure, Stefan, you get people asking you all the time, hey, what's the best way to make money online? What's the number one way? I don't know if they're like necessary number one way.
No.
There's just so many ways.
Well,
right?
there's so many ways, and the thing is, they all work.
There's
all these different ways you can make money online. Often, we're going to talk about 7 of the best ways that we feel, but oftentimes when someone comes to me and asks me that question, usually my response is whatever you believe is going to work is the one that's going to work for you. Because ultimately, if you don't believe, you and I could tell that person this is the best way you should make money, but if you don't believe in it yourself, you're not going to take the action, you're not going to put in the work.
And I think they also has to fit into their strength and personality, right? If they are more extrovert, if they like camera and they are good communicators, maybe the YouTube or more the social media influencer, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Or they're a little bit more introvert, they work behind the scenes, they work with computer coding, or maybe offering a service, that might be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I think it all depends. But I think the biggest problem is most people, they see certain people making money doing certain things, and they say, oh, I want to jump into that.
Yes.
I want to do that. But they never think about, is it a good fit for me?
Yes.
Right?
And I also think knowing what you want, what's the vision that you have for your life.
Yes, clarity,
But also, because there's some of the models are more active income, some might be more passive, and so maybe you have a different lifestyle in mind.
Yeah.
But also just, why you want to build a business. Like, why do you want to, are you doing it just to make money? Are you doing it more for freedom? Are you doing it to make an impact and try to help and serve the world in some way? Because there's different models that might be more aligned with what you're trying to accomplish in your life.
I agree, and also I can see that also depends on, like you said, their goal, if how much money you want to make, what kind of lifestyle, because there's a difference. If you're more active income, maybe you make more money, but at the end maybe it requires more personal time and you need to create more content or whatever it might be. If you enjoy doing this, it's your passion, then it's not a problem, right? Last thing we want is you build something and it's successful and you hate it, right? Then that's a formula to failure, right?
And I think also it's worth understanding too is that you want to build a business that has multiple income streams.
Yes.
So even if you might start with one way of primarily making money.
We started with one.
Yeah, we started with one, but also you branch out. And I think, for myself and you, we currently make money or at least have experience with all these different ways that we're going to share with you guys. So you want to have multiple sources of income.
Yeah. I think the first way we could talk about, which you have a lot of experience, that's your area of expertise, that's affiliate marketing. Now for affiliate marketing, for people who don't know, it's basically you are acting as a middle person. You're promoting and selling other people's products and services online in exchange of a commission. That's an affiliate, right? It's not salesperson. You could be you have a blog and you promote someone else's product. You have an email list. You have a YouTube channel. You're endorsing someone else's product. They click and they buy. You get affiliate commission. Maybe talk to me a little bit about with affiliate marketing, why some people make money with it, and why some other people, they promote the same product and they don't make money with it. I know you just finished a big launch and you did very, very well, right? So talk to me a little bit, what's the key to your affiliate marketing?
The main skill that you have to master as an affiliate marketer is getting traffic, right? Because that's the beautiful thing about it. You don't have to create the product, you don't have to create the service, you don't even necessarily have to be the expert, the guru, you don't have to create the sales, all that sort of stuff. You're just, your main job is to get traffic and then funnel and direct that through your affiliate link to that other person's offer. But all traffic's not equal. So quality traffic is really the key thing. And what I really look at as the 2 biggest skills to have online are the ability to get attention and the ability to build trust in a relationship.
I love that. Attention
and trust. Because there's so many things that are pulling our attention in so many different ways. It's harder to get people's attention online today than ever before.
Yeah.
So if you have that ability to be able to get attention and build that relationship with people, that relationship, when you direct someone or share or endorse or promote a product, people are buying it based on partly that relationship that you
Your
have
recommendation.
with them. Exactly, yeah. So I think one of the best ways to accomplish that in today's day and age is through content marketing.
Correct.
Because most of the internet's made up of content.
Correct.
YouTube, this is content.
This is content, yeah.
What you scroll down and see on Facebook or Instagram or
all content.
Google, it's all content. And content in a way that you're adding value. Because when you're adding value to people and you're sharing and you're helping people, that builds that relationship. And I think a big mistake that a lot of affiliate marketers make is they actually prioritize making money above serving others and meeting their needs. And to be successful as an affiliate marketer or any business, I believe you got to put other people's needs first and then you make money secondary.
100%.
Right? So for me, what I always try to do is I always believe if I just help people, I share and I'm being sincere and honest and
Authentic and share content.
And then I'm doing that, and then there is maybe a product or service that I believe in, that I benefited
That could
from,
help your audience.
that can help them too.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to promote and share that because, if you and I were friends and you say, Stefan, I've got this, here's a great seminar you should go to, this is a great book you should read. I'm going to do that because I trust you, because we have that relationship and that we've added value to each other. In the same way, if I said, hey, Dan, you've got to check this out, you're going to do that as well. So
Exactly.
I think that relationship, building that online, and today it's easier to do that than ever before because anybody can create an Instagram, a YouTube, a blog.
Yes.
Those are all free platforms, and you can create content, and making money is just the byproduct of adding value.
I agree, because I think back then with affiliate marketing, there are a lot of affiliate marketers, they just promote the product.
Yes.
So they might do media buy, they might drive traffic to it. But it's from cold directly to the offer.
That's right.
That might have worked in the past because now traffic costs us more and more and more money, right? No traffic is free. That's either invest time or invest money into buying the traffic. So back then it might have worked, but now I think, like you said, in between there needs to be a period, there needs to be a platform, something in between where you build trust. So then it might feel like, oh, Stefan just promoted this offer, he made X amount of dollars. He made 6-figure in affiliate commission in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's really more to
Yeah,
that.
it's
longer to build
really, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, many years of attention getting, trust building, right? And establishing the rapport. Then when you make a recommendation, you just realize the profit in that 2 weeks of period, but it's not actually not. You make money in two weeks, right? It's not
Exactly,
like that.
yeah.
I think people need to understand that.
Yeah, when I've done like a 7-figure affiliate launch and made it, a significant amount of money
Yeah.
at that time, it's because of the years of building that relationship, building that trust and everything.
And most people, they try to they plant the seed. They try to rip the
Exactly,
seed
they
too.
try to
Where's the
that.
fruit?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you gotta nurture it. You gotta wait, right?
Yeah.
And the good thing is, if you do not value the trust, and you actually only deliver value, every time you recommend something, your audience would be, thank you.
Builds the
They
goodwill.
appreciate
Yes,
that, right?
I had one time. I remember years ago, someone came to me who was a very successful marketer, and I was kind of new. I had a bit of a list and a bit of a reputation, and he came and he said, "Stefan, I've got this offer that I know is going to make you a lot of money." And for me, the mistake that I made at that time is I did it based on the money, and I also because this was a person I looked up to, right? And so what ended up happening was I promoted it, and it was actually a horrible product.
shit. Okay.
And it actually hurt me in that way. And that was many years ago, but I always just kind of learned that lesson the hard way. And now what I'm after, and you as well, is you got to build the long-term value, right? 100%. You can have people on your email list or your YouTube channel or your Instagram, but you've got to build the long-term value and relationship because you don't want to, you're just not after the one front-end sale. You're after the long-term. And when you have that, you have people that are going to continue to do business with you for many years. And that's the value, because it's harder today to get new customers, new leads. But once you have them, it's easier to keep them.
Yep.
Right? It's easier to get someone to buy from you again and again versus the very first time.
And I would say that, like Warren Buffett said, reputation takes years to build, only takes seconds to destroy it.
That's right.
And the relationship with the audience is the same thing. You might make a quick buck promoting that thing, that offer, whatever it is, but guess what? There's no next time.
Yeah.
And then you see your opening rate gets lower.
Yeah.
Your view time gets lower. Your follower gets lower.
Yeah.
That's not how you build a business. And nowadays, internet, everything's transparent anyway.
Yes. Yes.
If you take advantage of people, if you rip people off, people talk about it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you deliver value and you're authentic and people love what you do and you deliver good product, people also talk about it, right?
So how about we maybe discuss some of the pros and cons of
Yeah,
some of these models?
that's
So
true.
what do you see as some of the biggest pros and some of the cons from affiliate marketing?
I think affiliate marketing, for sure, the advantage is it's easy to start because you're not creating your own product, you're not creating your own, you don't have to deliver the product. And I think it's a great way to get in the game of internet marketing because you only basically focus on traffic and attention, right?
Yeah.
To me, if you cannot even do that part, now if you want to do everything else, all these business models is difficult. Because if you cannot even do this, and you try to, it's like you cannot swim in a swimming pool, why would I have you swimming in a lake?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So I think it's a good way to, because I did the same thing. I was doing affiliate marketing in my 20s, right? That's how I got in the game, promoting other people's things. Once that is working, and you're learning about your marketplace, you're learning about your audience, right? Once you see that maybe you're promoting a certain offer, and you've been promoting it, you're successful, and you see, hey, I'm promoting this offer, but there's this need that's not being filled.
Yes.
That maybe I could,
Totally.
and it isn't available in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Then you're doing your market research while you're getting paid. Then you can create this solution to help them.
So it's a way to mitigate your risk, to
100%.
see if there's a demand, people are buying this,
100%.
but then you might realize, hey, I'm just going to create my own product.
Yeah.
Right? And
That's
then,
it.
then you decide to create your own info product or physical
Yeah,
product.
all that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the disadvantage is there is a learning curve. Obviously, you need it also takes a bit of time. It's
Patience, yeah.
Patience.
To build, because relationship doesn't happen overnight.
No, no. It's think about the relationship in your life.
Yes.
Think about the people that are your best friends, your
Yeah.
good friends. How do you build a relationship? I would say two things: time and also frequency. How often you meet your friend. Your best friends probably you meet the most often. You have had to spend time together. Maybe you travel together. You went to school together. You went to games together. Whatever it is. So time and frequency. Same thing with online,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like think back then when you were doing affiliate marketing. How much you were making compared to now, like this, like the time that you invested building a relationship. Like we're talking how many years to have like significant income?
I've been doing YouTube now for 6 years.
6 years,
Yeah.
right? And I would guess, I suspect, last couple years,
Yeah,
you
it's-
made way
yes.
more than.
At the beginning, it's always slow,
Yes.
right? Because we both know when
Yeah.
if you're creating a blog, if you're creating an Instagram, a
Yeah.
YouTube channel, at first nobody's watching it, right? You're just putting out content, but you're not getting any traction. So you're thinking, well, what am I doing here? I'm putting in all this time and I'm not getting.
Is anyone watching my shit? I don't even know.
Exactly,
Right?
yeah.
You have like 2 comments, right?
Yeah, and everybody has to go through that. Like everybody, every YouTuber,
Everybody.
every Instagrammer, they've all had to go
Everybody.
through that, right? But it's
Everybody.
that ability to reframe that. Look at you're planting seeds,
Yeah.
and if you keep nurturing and watering those seeds, then over time it starts to sprout. But also you have to look at, if you're creating a lot of videos or content, let's say, looking at, okay, how can I make my content better? And that's just a continual process. Because I see some people, they put out crap and they don't look at how they can improve it. They're not open to feedback. And so they're not going to get anywhere because the market will tell you whether it's good or not.
100%.
The market's going to tell you. And that's the great thing about it, because if your stuff's good, you're not going to get rewarded for it. You should only get rewarded if your stuff is actually valuable. And you can measure that today with likes and comments and people opting in and all that sort of stuff to give you good indicators of how well you're doing as a content creator or building your relationship, and then you're just getting better and better at that as time goes on.
I always say we are not a marketing genius. The customer is the marketing genius. If you truly listen to them and you listen to the feedback and just be open, they will tell you, hey, I like this, I don't like this, I want to pay this price, I don't want to pay that price.
Yes.
They will tell you everything you need to know. If you're putting out content there and people are not watching your stuff, it tells you. Maybe stuff is too boring. Maybe you're not getting attention. Maybe you're not solving problems that they want solved.
Yes.
They would tell you. Sometimes they would tell you directly, or they would tell you by their behaviors. They're not watching your stuff, right? Or they're not liking your stuff, so you'll know. So, but for affiliate marketing, that's obvious. That's not what I specialize in teaching. That's Stefan's areas of expertise. So if you want to check a little bit more, definitely I'll put a link below. You can check out some of his work. Definitely subscribe to his YouTube channel. Check out affiliate marketing if that's a model that you want to learn more of. Second way, ad revenue.
Yes.
This is interesting. Remember back then, I was trying to make money with like Google AdSense and probably try to click. It was actually
yeah.
it was decent back
Yeah.
then.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You do make good money.
Back then, it was like you create blogs.
Oh my God.
You do like
Oh
some
my
search
God.
engine optimization.
You get the
and then you
links
have these
and-
Google ads.
Oh, God,
And then
yes.
every time someone clicks,
Yeah.
then you get like a couple cents.
Yeah, something like that. Yes, I remember
Yeah.
those days. But now I think for ad revenue it has changed
Yeah.
drastically.
Yeah.
You have like AdWords.
There's more
still.
ad platforms.
More ad
Because before
platform.
there was just Google AdSense, I think, and maybe private advertisers, but now there's like YouTube ads and
Yes.
all these platforms.
I know
now.
your YouTube channel does quite well. Like you have the make how much like the ad revenue?
over 10 grand a month.
10K a
just
month in ad revenue? That's
yeah.
good.
And I don't even monetize all my videos because I'm not actually, I mean, that's great, but I know that there's more money you can actually make by monetizing the back end,
Yeah.
getting people on your list and
Yeah.
and some of the other models. But
Yeah.
it's still a fantastic, income stream to have.
I think what do you think are the advantages and disadvantages when it comes to ad revenue?
I think it takes a bit. I mean, in the same way, it's all based on your viewership, your traffic, your following. You need to
Content.
have that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
content.
I mean, in the same way, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
Because if you only have 100 views for a video or 100 people coming to your blog or website, no advertisers are going to pay. You're not going to make much from that. So, it's really something once you have that traffic. But I think that. I find it's just an easier way to, like, if you have that traffic, because there's a lot of, what blows me away, there's so many YouTubers and bloggers out there. They're like lifestyle people. They have huge followings.
They do
They
travel
have no idea
vlogging.
how to make money from
They
it.
have
though.
no money.
And
Totally.
they just do ad revenue, but they don't understand there's actually other ways they can make money from affiliate marketing or some of these other things we have. So I think ads are great, but I don't personally I think there's other great, better ways that you can monetize the viewerships and the followers that you have.
The way I see this with ad revenue is don't make that your primary business.
Yeah.
If you think that that's icing on the cake, oh, it's nice, YouTube 10,000 a month, but don't count on it. Chances are, if you're actually building a real business,
Yeah.
you probably would invest that 10K a month back into marketing and advertising anyway.
Yeah.
But when you try to make ad revenue your primary source of income, I find that I meet these influencers all the time. They're counting on that. They're counting on the next pay endorsement,
Yeah.
right? You're always hunting, right? You're not farming anything. You're not building a foundation. You're just looking for the next, brand deal, the next whatever. Now, unless you're super big, which I've met some of them, they get $500,000 to do endorsement deal. If that's you, awesome.
Yeah.
But chances are, if you look back, they've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, and also a lot of these big YouTubers or people on those
Instagrammers,
platforms, they're very much dependent on those platforms too. And a lot of these businesses and that's why you want to diversify your income streams. But I know recently on YouTube, like PewDiePie and these big guys, all of a sudden their ad revenue dropped significantly, and that's what they're depending on. So. That's why I always remember what Jay Abraham taught, which is that you want to build a Parthenon and not a one-legged stool.
Yes.
A one-legged stool can easily fall over, but a Parthenon has multiple pillars. That if you remove one pillar, the structure still stands. So that's kind of always, because when I first started, I was building a lot of one-legged stools, and I was always at the
Here and
mercy.
there,
when
right?
Google made an update to their algorithm,
Like,
when
oh my
Facebook
goodness!
did this, and my business was always up and down. Versus now it's been very stable and secure because of those different things. So I think ad revenues is still a fantastic additional stream to have.
Yeah. So the way I see it, if you're building a real business, if you actually need the ad revenue, your business is not very stable.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. It's like a litmus test, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just another revenue stream, right?
Yeah.
And then we can talk about also e-commerce.
Yes.
I've done very well with e-commerce. You've done very well with e-commerce. Your girlfriend's done very well with e-commerce.
Yeah.
So e-commerce, obviously, we're talking about Amazon. We're talking about Shopify. Many of these different platforms. E-commerce is huge. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, I think Amazon is one of the hottest trends right now.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest companies out there, and really the world, over the last few years. I mean, mostly the last few years, but even beyond that, just how the world has been transitioning to buying more and more things online.
Yeah, consuming online.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, especially we live in Canada, but in the United States, Amazon is so much bigger. I mean, everybody has Amazon Prime and they're buying things, but Amazon is just a huge platform that has hundreds of millions of customers.
Buyers.
That are buyers that
With
already
credit
have
card
their
on
credit
file.
card on file with
Yes.
a one-click buy.
Yeah.
Amazon already has the trust and has that platform.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is that if you learn how, you don't even have to invent anything. You can actually private label products in China or find different suppliers and manufacturers. And you can find products that are already selling on Amazon, but you just think how you can make it a little bit better, improve it in some way, or how to position it better on Amazon. And you can source those products from these suppliers, get it shipped. Amazon does all the fulfillment for you, so they'll store it in their warehouse. They'll ship the products on your behalf. They handle the refunds, all of that sort of stuff for you. And you really just have to learn how to identify the best niches or opportunities on Amazon. Amazon's a search engine,
Its
a paid
traffic
search
is already
engine.
there, yeah.
Yes, they all. So if you can learn how to keyword optimize, how to rank, Amazon has a sponsored ads, so you can run pay-per-click advertising on Amazon too.
Right.
So I think it's great, but in the same way too, I see a lot of people, I think they kind of look at it in a limited way, just thinking that they just selling some products on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I think the way to go, and even with everything else we're talking about, is actually building a brand too. Because if you're just selling a bunch of random products,
Like
which
one
is
widget here, widget
yeah,
there.
salt and pepper shaker, then a yoga mat, and
Yeah.
it's just like you're not actually building a brand.
Yeah.
And the way that I look at it now, and what I try to teach people is you're not just selling products on Amazon. You're building a brand that happens to sell on Amazon.
Yes.
Right, and you got to look at how can I build something outside of Amazon, because then otherwise I'm still dependent on Amazon. And it's not really your business, it's Amazon's business.
Correct.
So
Correct.
building your own brand, and if you can drive traffic
From Amazon.
from other places to Amazon,
and then they buy.
then that's more powerful. But I say the downside of it is again being too dependent on a platform, but also Amazon. They don't view the customers on Amazon as your customers; they're Amazon's customers.
Correct.
Because Amazon, they're after the long-term relationship because they want those people to buy more stuff on Amazon.
Yes.
They don't want them.
You're more like a supplier, right?
Exactly,
You're like
yeah.
a vendor. Yeah.
So that's why they don't give you their customer email address. They give you their address and the phone number, but not the email address, because they don't want you to take those customers and then try to promote your own stuff outside of Amazon.
Which is smart, very smart.
Yeah, so they're smart. So they've created a platform that just makes it easy for people to get started on. And another, I guess, a downside of it is that there's more capital involved because you have to have an inventory, involved.
And
in
also,
that too.
I have a number of good friends who do very well on Amazon, and I do know the inventory. You don't want your inventory to run out.
That's
you
right.
always want to keep.
You always got to be in stock.
It'll always be in stock. The Amazon fulfillment. So although he's making good money, 7-figure a year, but he needs to put back a lot of money in terms of investing back into it.
Yeah.
So his profit margin is very good. But after he spends, deducts what he pays like on ads on Amazon and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's not as good as I thought it would be. It's still very, very good, but it's not as good as I thought it would be.
Yes.
He still makes a lot of money. And I think also the Amazon people, I think they need to have the expectation, a realistic expectation.
Yeah.
Maybe the first product is not going to be
That's right,
a hit, right?
Yeah.
It maybe it's a second or third or fifth, because you're learning the ropes, you're learning.
The first product's going to be your worst.
Yeah,
right?
like you thought, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make 6-figure, 7-figure a year. Maybe not, right?
Well, for me, like my first product is, and even my girlfriend, who's a big e-commerce seller, it was just kind of to kind of test the waters. It wasn't to make $1 million. It was just to make a couple $1,000
Learn
a
the
month.
process.
Yeah,
Learn
and
the
then once you go through the process, then you see other opportunities,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, hey, this is a great product that I could sell, do
Yeah.
really well at.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great model for people getting started, people that maybe want to be more behind the scenes. If you want to build a more of a sellable asset, because I know a lot of people that do e-commerce, they build it and then they sell it for a 7 or 8 figure profit, and yeah, so I mean it's a great platform, but again, I just try to encourage people, don't start on Amazon, but don't depend on them. Build off to Shopify or create your own website with WooCommerce or your own kind of store too. And then also even think about adding in some of those other income streams to it as well. And that's the benefit of building that brand, is you can have those multiple pillars underneath it.
Yeah, and I think with the e-commerce, doesn't matter which way you go, you have to have the expectation. This is not get rich quick.
No.
You're building a legitimate
None of
business.
these-
Yeah,
yeah.
you're building a business. You've got to have that long-term view. It's not something, oh, I'll try this Amazon thing for 30 days. And it doesn't work. To me, today, compared to when we got started, even me, I've been doing this, I don't know, 12 years or something like that, 12, 13 years. Back then, there's no software.
Yeah.
There's no like Facebook. There's none of this stuff where you can buy traffic on Amazon, credit card.
Yeah.
We built even a simple email program we got to build.
Yeah.
Like there's no autoresponder. There's none of this stuff.
Yeah.
And nowadays there's so many tools.
easier.
So I think it's so much easier.
Yeah.
It's like, and the cost is so much lower.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my first website cost me tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of dollars. Now, you can get it set up Shopify.
Insane, yeah.
You know, it's like for a tiny little bit of money, you can get in the game.
Yeah.
Right? So don't complain. It
Yeah.
truly is so much easier now.
Yeah.
And I found that because that's where we came from. We look at everything that's out there now. Like, wow, you have this, one click, you have tracking, you have all kinds
it
of
was so
tools.
much harder to get a buyer back then because
Yeah.
just to get someone to part with their credit
Oh
card
my God.
was like so hard. I mean,
Oh, no.
back in the day, I remember just to sell a product, you had to have this super long sales copy, right? Just to
God.
try to convince someone to buy your ebook or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but now it's just people are used to it. It's the younger generation
Mm-hmm.
that's growing up with it, and it's especially I think Amazon has bridged things a lot and what they've done with the fulfillment side.
Mm. Yeah.
Because now it's like, why would you go to a store to park, get in your car, have to park your car, wait in line and everything to be able to buy something, and maybe they don't even have it in stock or it's not available there.
Yeah.
Whereas now you can just go to your computer, you can go on your phone,
Yep.
you can find whatever product that you want, and now if you live in the US at least, you can get it shipped like same day.
Same day, yeah.
And I think the future of that, you
They're
see
also
a lot
doing
of
drones, right? They're thinking
exactly, yeah, drones. But
even same day is not fast enough.
Yeah.
They want it to be like within hours.
oh yeah, it's insane. And you look at just the trends, right? I mean, Toys R Us closing down, Walmart, and a lot of these physical stores, they're unfortunately going out of business because
Even Walmart is selling
yeah.
a ton online now.
that's right.
They're
Yeah,
definitely pushing the
You
e-commerce.
have to
right?
adapt to it, and it provides new opportunities for people like us that are looking to ways to start businesses to be able to take advantage of that and kind of be able to build your own business and sell your own products.
I agree. So those are the 3 best ways to make money online, but there are 4 more ways we want to share with you. 4 best ways to make money online. Make sure you check out the video right there, click on that video and watch that right now. Right there. Go ahead. This is my team works from. Usually they're working hard and doing stuff, so. Usually they're working hard. I caught you, man. What is this? What is this? Oh, man. Street Fighter.
Dan, I'm sorry, forget the interview.
Forget it, man. We gotta join a couple
You
games.
guys want to jump in?
Oh my God, man.
That's awesome.
Oh shit. But you can see the game. Oh my God, man. This is so funny.
I gotta be Ryu.